Welcome back. I've changed my clothes and ready for another bit of a run through of this piece, the Dr. Sherlock Sparrow piece. So far, we've gone through all of the themes, some of them in conjunction with each other, some of them just individually. But now we get to the point where we are talking about this Doctor Who theme. It's just going to use this kind of tail end of that last theme. So snare, as you see here, pretty obvious, and this ostinato pattern here from the Madman in a Box, and this, what you can hear, is from the what do you call it, Sherlock theme. But again, slightly changed because you might notice we're in a 7/4 time signature now. So we've gone through 12/8 for most of the first half of the piece, and then transitioning to 4/4 for that small, slower section here. And then here we're up to 7/4. Yeah. Not really much else to say. Violin 1 and 2. Is that tremolo? Oh, that's viola spiccatos and cello spiccatos. Extension of the theme from a Man in the Box with some sustained stuff in the horns. Hang on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then here, this flute is just mirroring what's happening in the violin. Here, I quite like this actually, because this is the way I was able to actually get all three themes in one thing. Alright, basically, if you listen to this by itself, so we'll just solo all the brass instruments, and I'll play what we've got here. You'll see here, if you just listen to it by itself. You can hear the He's a Pirate theme. So it is all in there. It's just it's kind of difficult to write in because it's 7/4. So and the original He's a Pirate theme was in 6/8 or 12/8, depending on how you read it. Such a good theme, though. Okay, lead violin, reinforcing the Sherlock theme. Easter Island hits every few bars as well. Trumpet taking the top line now. So here we've got, if I just show, I think it's this one, yeah, that's one. So here we've got the last bit of the and I love this particular trumpet legato sound is so good. It's far better than the trumpet long sounds. If I were to play the trumpet long sound in the same range, it just doesn't have that same kind of rasping quality to it. So we're listening to this one, yeah. It sounds alright, but it's basically, I think it's supposed to be a section from what I remember. Whereas this is also a section as well. It's just a different sound. Just adds that little bit of flavour. Now, if we look at the winds here, we've got some more ostinatos. It all kind of builds onto each other. See all of these. The lead flute taking the same line as the lead trumpet. that's pretty much how that was made. I think I've covered everything, and then we descend back down. I mean, I love this one. This final section here, really, really good. I did consider potentially having this as the last theme, the very end of the piece, but in the end, what we did afterwards just fitted really well. Okay, so this is from the Man in the Box theme again, but it's just by itself. We're not getting anything else. All of this is from Man in the Box. So here, there's quite a lot to pick apart here. So we'll start in the winds and we'll work our way down. We've got this kind of just follows that same theme. Very jumpy, which is what I quite like about that particular thing. Slightly jazzy as well. Low winds. Again, taking the same kind of thing. You'll see this kind of arrangement quite similar, I think, for the entirety of this section. The brass, same kind of thing. I think the brass really carries this first section, I've got to say. It's quite important. Obviously, you couldn't do the rundown there. I don't think on these patches it really works very well. Okay, then we move on to the percussion. I don't think there was any. Yeah, there wasn't any piano parts in this. So, percussion again. Easter Island cymbal hits. We've also got. I think there was an anvil in there at some point as well. Towards the end of that. So again, big cymbals, like accenting every single one of those hits. Really important there. Again, if you listen to the original track, that's kind of what it does. See it there. So the first time we do it just once, second time we do it twice. And I quite like that kind of ding ding of the... there is actually in Pirates... I believe there's an anvil being played at some point in one of the tracks, so you could say that's a link to that. I'm not gonna go and claim that's what I was thinking, but I definitely feel like it works really well for that particular thing. And finally, the strings for this one. We've got again tremolos. Really good for introducing tension into a piece. Okay, so I'll play that again, but just show you what I've actually got going here. So this is the cellos, then the violas, and then the violins 1 and 2 playing this. Again, trying to kind of bring that in terms of orchestration. It was thinking about we start with small, build till we've got everything playing at the end of this particular climax, and then here, same kind of thing. Not quite sure why this is playing so early. Weird. Didn't even look at that before. Okay, so we'll let's listen to the next section then. Yeah. This was the main theme used for the trailer for Series 2. Again, mainly all Doctor Who here. computer's struggling to do it. Oh dear. Right, okay, so you'll notice whenever it drops out like that, that's basically the computer saying, "I've had enough. Stop it. You're making me work too hard." So just to kind of walk you through, basically there isn't really a lot to this. It's like the same theme that... Oh, hang on. So there's also this as well, and then all this. Oops. Then that and that and that. There's lots of little bits in here, which it's probably worth mentioning. Yeah, all of this is definitely worth mentioning because it's all part of the same thing. But the way I wrote it, I kind of had to add in that extra bar in the middle. We're talking about this bit here. Okay, so one thing that happens here is that you have the consistent 16th note. I think it's 16th notes. Yeah, 16th note or semiquavers. Use English, Mike. Which then disappear for this one bar, which I think is really, really important because it just leaves the space for that this theme to kind of kick it off, and then you're back into the main theme with all three themes playing at the same time. So let's play. Okay, so that's the end of the piece. You'll notice there's a lot of loud. It's quite deliberate because you've got to fit quite a lot in here. Let's just have a look at the... this actually is pretty much just Doctor Who theme. There is nothing else to the wind section here. Yeah. Yeah, there's not really much to the woodwinds there. Let's listen to the brass. So. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Right, okay. So we can't hear this line here for some reason. I bet it's this, because what happens sometimes is for some reason the key switch just changes on this. Yeah, it's now got the brass low selected, which doesn't actually play anything, so I'll do that, and then we should be able to hear what we're doing here. Okay, so this is where we have all three themes. Yeah, so we've got three themes here. Firstly, we have this one here. Yeah. So these are the trombone shorts, and they're going to be playing the... well, at least the first half of it will be playing the Doctor Who theme. And then they move into this one, which is the... which is the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. It's all kind of mixed up in this particular section. There's also the Sherlock theme in this one here. Interesting. So if I do this, I reckon I get around it like that. Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, not having a release trigger then triggers it to go to the first one again, which is weird. Again, high trumpet legatos. I love that patch. I don't know if I'll ever stop using that, even when I get more samples. It's just such a good sound. So we've got some tubas. The tubas, tuba longs, shorts. I think most of these are carrying carrying the Pirates of the Caribbean part. So we go from there again. It's weird listening to it by itself. It feels like it's in the right time signature, but then when you put it in amongst everything else, it's not the same time signature at all. Just quickly, the the synth here. This is more choir. Again, as I mentioned earlier, highly changed to try and fit this, and actually to be heard, really, just to be heard. That was the biggest problem, I think, with this particular patch, was that you just play it by itself, and it's supposed to be a really kind of quiet, subtle choir, based on Eric Whittaker's stuff. But I didn't like when I was playing it and trying to fit it into this piece. It just wasn't coming through at all. So I needed to boost the levels on it and do all sorts of stuff to make it work. But it does work. So that's playing the Sherlock theme. The percussion, similar kind of idea. So if I were to do this. Yeah. Accenting the first of every bar. And then, yeah. Gradually kind of building up the intensity. It's already quite intense at the start of this, but you'll see. Start here with just one beat at the top. And everything then is just following that same da 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 at the end there, which again, kind of the accent really delivers the drama at that point. And then strings. So if we listen to the strings here, that's kind of it actually. So yeah, we heard this before. I think. Oops, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So no Pirates theme in this. Turns out Pirates theme is only in the brass. Didn't actually know that. It has been a little while since I wrote this, but yeah, looks like the brass are the only ones to have the Pirates theme. Obviously Sherlock here, Doctor Who underneath. How this would work in an actual orchestra, I don't know, if I'm honest. I've absolutely no idea, because this is kind of doing the same thing. I'd probably have to reorchestrate a bit to this, because I have written it with the fact that it's written for a Logic session in mind, not for a proper orchestra. Although that is, obviously, if I were offered that opportunity to record this with a real orchestra, I would reorchestrate a lot of stuff in here. So I won't play you through the whole thing, but I will select everything for you. This is the whole thing. It's a bit crazy to look at, I've got to say. I can't actually... Can I get rid of this? And this, maybe? Does that help? That's as far as it's going. That's not going any further, and it's not actually got everything in there. But yeah, that is Dr. Sherlock Sparrow. It's a project that we started off thinking, oh, this is a bit of fun, and now we're at a point where actually it's kind of brought me on a little bit further in a lot of composition and stuff, and also kind of enjoyed playing with stuff that's not necessarily mine as well. I think that's the thing, being able to kind of take other people's themes and being able to do bits and pieces for it. Obviously, all the credits for the original themes are put in the video. And if you enjoyed the piece and want to go and listen to it, it is linked below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then hit like. And if you want to know more about what videos I've got planned and all that kind of stuff, then hit that subscribe button. And there's a little bell which will tell you every time I put up a video. If you hit that, you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. So that's it from me, and I'll see you next time.